Hi everybody, it's me, LisaT, coming at you with some positive energy, reading The Language of Letting Go by Beattie. So I did this video like an hour and a half ago, and then I took Gordy for a walk to the beach after doing his haircut, which causes me major anxiety because just like my video yesterday, I have this perfectionism thing still in me, and which I'm working on. But so giving his haircut, it wanted to be perfect, and he's like squirming, and I want to get it all done, and then I can't miss and Gordy feels my anxiety, then he gets anxious, and I get more anxious, and so anyways, maybe in all of that, I didn't hit the right button at the end of the video because for some reason it's gone, it's disappeared. So here we are again. Take two. Reading The Language of Letting Go by Beattie. We are reading the 24th. I'm a day ahead because I'm doing these videos on Facebook, and then I upload them to my YouTube, and then I share them with my fellow recovering people. So I want to be a day ahead so that when the day comes, they're going to be uploaded to YouTube so I can share them easily with people who are not on my Facebook. So June 24th. Detachment. I remembered the first time hearing the word loving detachment. It was probably about 3 years ago. My best friend had said it to me, like, you need to lovingly detach, loving detachment. And I started to look into it, and the more I did, the more I looked into it, and the more I started to just the seed was planted, and then I started to become aware of where I was unhealthily attaching to people, places, and things, mainly in relationships, and it was my inability to let go, and inability to stop controlling. So I had to work on that and work on letting go of trying to control things, because it's an illusion anyways, it never works, and letting go of trying to control things, and therefore detaching. I felt, I was so codependent. I thought it was my responsibility to make things right and help someone see the light, and and I didn't realize, this was before I started doing these readings, I didn't realize, I need to just focus on myself and love myself, and then everything else works out in the end. It all comes out in the wash, as they say. So okay, detachment. Detachment doesn't come naturally for many of us, so I'm not alone. But once we realize the value of this recovery principle, we understand how vital detachment is. So we start to understand it and realize it, and realize the value in it. And then we realize, oh my God, it's vital that I learn how to lovingly detach. It's vital that I let go of these control mechanisms. We understand how vital detachment is. The following story illustrates how a woman came to understand detachment. The first time I practiced detachment was when I let go of my alcoholic husband. So most people who are working on codependent stuff, there's a codependent program out there, a 12-step codependent, anonymous program, and most of those people are married to or in relationship in some way, or they have a family member who is an alcoholic. So codependency initially started to help people who were in relation with alcoholics, because being with an alcoholic is torture. so I'm sure someone who's with an alcoholic wants to definitely fix them and try to let them see the light and control them and stuff, but it's impossible. So the first time I practiced detachment was when I let go of my alcoholic husband. He had been drinking for 7 years since I married him. So she married him as an alcoholic, and then expected him to change. We're so funny, aren't we? Wow, what a crazy concept, right? I'm going to marry this person as they are, but then want them to immediately change. So he had been drinking for 7 years since I had married him. For that long, I had been denying his alcoholism and trying to make him stop drinking. So that whole time she just thought, well, he's going to stop. We're getting married. He's going to stop. We've got responsibility. She assumed things, I'm sure. I did outrageous things to make him stop drinking. to make him see the light. I know it, sister. To make him realize how much he was hurting me. I know in relationship, I think like, don't they see how much they're hurting me? No, alcoholics are self-centered to the core. They have to work on this self-centeredness. All they can see is how it's affecting them, or how they think like, well, it's only hurting me if I drink tonight. They don't realize, people who are recovered don't realize how the effects they're having on the people around them until they start to look at their shit. So, I did outrageous thing to stop, to make him see the light, to make him realize how much he was hurting me. I really thought I was doing things right by trying to control him. As soon as you say that word, then you know you're on the wrong path. Controlling. One night, I saw things clearly. I realized how my attempts to control him would never solve the problem. Attempts to control never solve the problem. We're just trying to control at the outcome, control reality. This is where it talks about where we're trying to play God and make things turn out the way we want them to. We want things to look the way we want them to. We want ourselves to like be this image in our mind. We want that situation to be this picture in my head. Well, that's not the picture I had in my head. That's not how I expected that to turn out. The picture in my head looked this way. So I'm going to now try and control that situation. Impossible. To make it fit the picture in my head. And welcome to crazy land. So that it would never solve the problem. I also saw that my life was unmanageable. So while she's trying to control him, she's all of a sudden now seeing like, as I do this, I'm totally making my life unmanageable. I couldn't make him do anything he wanted to do. You can't make anyone do anything that they don't want to do. His alcoholism was controlling me, even though I wasn't drinking. So when we start to try and control a situation, that's because it's frustrating. That situation, that people, place, or thing ends up controlling us. So trying to control the grocery store clerk, she's maybe she's not moving fast enough, and in your mind you're thinking, oh, or you're like giving her the eyeball, and all you are is making yourself frustrated, more impatient. So that situation is now controlling you. You're not you don't have the ability to be peaceful because you're trying to control the situation. So that thing ends up controlling you. So like she just said, his alcoholism was now controlling me, even though I wasn't drinking. I set him free to do as he choose. The truth is, he did as he pleased anyway. So she's like, okay, I'm going to stop trying to control him and just let him do what he wants. Like he wasn't doing that already. That's what was making her crazy. So things changed that night that I detached. So when you stop trying to control, you learn how to, that's an initial, when you're like, okay, I'm trying to control the situation, I'm just going to stop. In that split second there, you have had a taste of detachment. He could feel it, and so could I. When I set him free, I set myself free to live my own life. I've had to practice the principles of detachment many times since then. So once you see it for the first time, then all of a sudden you're like, oh, I do it here, I do it there, I'm attaching here, I'm trying to control that. So you need to learn how to apply these principles in all areas of your life. So I've had to practice the principles of detachment many times since then. I've had to detach from unhealthy people and healthy people. It never failed. Detachment works. Detaching never fails. It always works. Detachment is a gift. It will be given to us when we are ready for it. When you're ready, it'll be given to you. Ready to be willing enough to apply it. We set the other person free and we are set free. So when we detach from something that we're latched onto, I want them to do this, I want it to look this way, and then you let go, that situation or that person is then free, and so are you. Here's your prayer for today. Today, whenever possible, I will detach in love. Man, I'm learning to detach from everything at this stage of the game. Like detach from all outcomes, detach from all future outcomes, all future, I've let go of desires recently and wants, and because I learned that I don't even know what I need. I don't even know what I want. I think I want something, and then I get it, and I'm like, nah, that didn't do the trick. And then I think I need this, and then I get it, and I'm like, nah, that didn't do the trick. So I'm learning to fully let go at this stage of the game, detach from all outcomes of how that situation is going to turn out, how that person is going to act or react or behave. Let it all go, and woo, enjoy the freedom. Thanks for watching. I love you all.